Vasanthi, for inviting me. At the outset, I would like to thank uh, Teachers Association of MP branch, especially Dr. Ravi Srivastav, Dr. Lokesh, and obviously Dr. Piyush Juneja ji for inviting me or considering me for this webinar as a speaker. And for me, Madam Pooja Bhardwaj has made, I think you can say that where she has ended, from where I have to start my topic. So I think audience will be very much delighted by her lecture. Or Madam has very well explained all the factors, what to do, not to do during pregnancy. And her last slide, I really liked that she told that every human being is unique. That is the concept of genetics.
Thank you, Dr. Biman.
Every human being is unique. All are having two eyes, one nose, two ears. Even when we can identify that she is Vasanthi Guru, she is Lokesh, she is Dr. Ravi Srivastav, all are having same physical features. And that is the genetics. When patients are coming to us for the treatment purpose, that and especially in our subject, gynecology and obstetrics, our purpose is what? What is mentioned in our classics, gynecology and Prasuti Tantra, Sri Rog and Prasuti Tantra, that aim of our life, or aim of our science is to have healthy progeny. So to convince the patient what is the unique fundamentals of her body, how she can have excellent qualities in her baby. That should be our purpose. And that should be our duty to contribute to our nation, that how we can give excellent qualities to her progeny. That should be our aim. So scattered references are there in our classics regarding genetics. Lot many places genetics is explaining. So I thought that that should be clear, or that should be discussed, that where we can clinically implement these principles. What is the use of those references in our practice? That is the aim of this topic. That it was mentioned in a chapter why the parents are diseased, but the progeny is not having disease. For the answer of that question, Agnivesh has given the answer that Bija iti Shukra Shonite. It means responsible for genetic trait or qualities or disease is something else. That is Bija. It is Arambha ke Bija. From where the individual, a life of an individual is going to be start is a beach. And that beach is having all the components of all the organs in a small form. मनुष्य बीज ही प्रत्यंगम बीज भाग समुदायात्मकम. It means कि baby is like father, but not like father. Two things are mentioned over here. शिशु माता पिता के समान होता है. दूसरी बात ये भी कही कि शिशु माता पिता के समान नहीं होता है. दोनों का कारण एक ही है, बीज. तो बीज है जो कि शिशु को माता पिता के समान बनाता है. वही बीज जो है वो शिशु को माता पिता के समान नहीं बनाता है भी और नहीं भी. ठीक है. एंड क्यों नहीं बनाता? The second portion is Bij Bhaga. That Bij is having components as Bij Bhaga. That Bij Bhaga is अंग प्रत्यंग निर्वर्तको भागो. Reproductive system, GIT system, circulatory system, everybody is having. But functioning of those systems is different in each and everyone's life or each and everyone's body. That portion of Bij which is preparing or making this system is Bij Bhag. Right? And subcomponent of that Bij Bhag is Bij Bhag Avayava. Organ of those systems are made by Bij Bhaga Avayava. Means it is genes. So three components are mentioned in our class 6: Bij, Bij Bhaga and Bij Bhaga Avayava. Bij is male Bij, sperm, female Bij, ovum. Bij Bhaga is chromosome and Bij Bhaga Avayava are gene. Genetic components upon the chromosome, right? So these are the three components mentioned in our classics. Those are mentioned now in genetics, but before 5,000 years back, it was mentioned or it was known to our acharyas that there are Bij Bhag and Bij Bhag Avayava who make the person individualized, unique and diseased also, right? So, how disease happened in an individual? Here, one word is mentioned, that is upatapta. Bij, Bij Bhag and Bij Bhag Avayava is there. But without upatapta or without any vikriti in these three components, individual will be healthy. Vikriti upajayate after upatapta. Na upajayate cha anupatapat. It means if there is no deformity, no defect in Bij, Bij Bhaga or Bij Bhag Avayava, there will be healthy individual. This Bij, Bij Bhag and Bij Bhag Avayava are carrying a specific trait, that is genotype and phenotype. Right? Genotype is like father, mother, and after some processing or physical characteristic that we can see are phenotypic constitution of that individual. So, how changes are being seen? Parents are same, but kids are different, right? Parents are same, but we are seeing that kids are different than each other. Shukra, Artava, coming from both biological father and mother, both are same. Kids are different. So, reference is given, Tesham Vishesha Balavanti Yani. Whatever trait is powerful. So, here we can correlate it with recessive and dominant. Whatever is dominant, that physical feature, you will have to able to see in that particular individual. यानी जो विशेषता है वो है ड्यू टू आत्मकर्म. एक चरकाचार्य ने कहा that dominance is due to आत्मकर्म. सुश्रुत has mentioned dominance due to अगर व्याधि अधिक बढ़ गया है तो, and he has given example of कुष्ठ. अगर कुष्ठी माता पिता है लेकिन उसका व्याधि इतना ज्यादा बढ़ गया है कि उसका पुरुष बीज स्त्री बीज दुष्ट होगा तो शिशु में व्याधि होगी, अदरवाइज नहीं. ठीक है. चरक हैज मेंशन आत्मकर्म, सुश्रुत हैज मेंशन अधिकता ऑफ व्याधि और पावर ऑफ दैट व्याधि. Right? And Pooja Bharadwaj madam was also quoting one slok that Garbhastha Mata Ahar Vihar all. But specific trait or specific characteristic is dependent upon the Visheshat Balavan, dominance of that particular gene. So, in our classics, this reference indicates dominance and resistance. Recessiveness. So here you can see that eye color, dimple, broad lip, skin color, these are some examples of dominance or recessive genes. Eye color are the same in father and mother. That is due to dominance. We can see dimples upon the face. That is also due to dominance or recessive genes. If someone is having skin color, broad lips, that is also dependent upon dominance and recessiveness of the genes. This is mentioned in our classes. And next, it is mentioned that Shadgarbha Bhava. All the physical characteristic, specific characteristic or functioning of the body of the individual is dependent upon the formation of that individual. यानी एक घर बनाते हैं तो हम क्या ईंट लेंगे, सीमेंट लेंगे, पानी लेंगे, रेत लेंगे, everything is mixed up. If ratio is different, there will be problem. सीमेंट कम आया, कच्चा आया, रेत ज्यादा डल गया, पानी कम गया, ईंट आड़ी टेढ़ी आ गई, तो घर पक्का नहीं होगा. Like that, I think in previous slide, yes, Shadgarbha Bhava, we were discussing that Shadgarbha Bhava, how the fetus, conglomeration of these, all the 6 factors, these are the procreative factors, जो कि गर्भ को बनाते हैं. 6 भाव है, माता, पिता, सत्व, सात्म्य, रस और आत्मा. यहाँ कहीं भी किसी में भी कोई डिफेक्ट होगा. सबसे पहले तो माता, पिता, Matrish, Pitraj and Rasaj bhav, if those are defective, there will not be conception. If conception is there, there will be death of the fetus, abortion, premature delivery. In other words, we can say there will be wastage of pregnancy. So, samudaya tuk, conglomeration of these all 6 procreative factors is important for the progeny. अगर ये 6 फैक्टर में कहीं भी दिक्कत होगी तो there will be defect in the baby. These are also the responsible for the genetic traits in the particular fetus or baby. Especially I have mentioned this Sattvaj Bhava. So many times we overlook the Sattvaj Bhava. Sattva in the fetus is coming according to Ayurveda in 3 ways: Rajasic, Manasic and Rajasic, Sattvic and Tamasic. So genetic correlation of this Sattva is now being established in modern science that it has relation to the grandparents. Spirituality of the grandparents is transmitted to the generations. Grandmother to her offspring and from that further progeny. So this is also the trait which is being transmitted to the further generation or in families, we can say. So if grandmother is spiritual, is having spirituality, risk of depression in the babies is less. It is a study already done, right? So further one specific reference, this is given in Charak Sharisthan 4th chapter, 30th slok. It is given that maternal diet is having impact on the genetic trait or genetic disorders. By that, dosha will be prakopit. So, दोष प्रकोपक आहार विहार का सेवन अगर माता करती है तो उसका इफेक्ट आएगा फीटस के ऊपर. I am going to explain further this how it is being creating deformities or creating speciality in the fetus, but this is a specific reference I generally like in of Charak Sharistan, that original copy of gene is different. But after the consumption of specific diet, how the baby is going to be changed, that is mutant copy. So this is the reference of mutation. We can say mutation is mentioned in modern science, but in genetics, in our classic this dosh prakopa will create this and this deformity. But how? There will be mutation in the genetic components. हो रहा है वो इस सेंटेंस में बताया है कि गर्भकाल में ही उसमें दुष्टि हो जाती है, यानी कि एडल्टहुड में होने वाली डिजीज है, बट उसका कनेक्शन या दुष्टि या ओरिजिन जो है वो गर्भकाल में हो रहा है. एंड दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट reference. I think in our classics it is given. These are all the disorders which we can see only in the adulthood. But I'm not comfortable without my video, so I will start my video. Yeah. So we see all this problem in the adulthood, but origin is in the intrauterine life. This is very important reference. So after that, in modern medical science, they have done the research that adult disease are having origin in fetal life. Okay. Fetal origin of adult disease is in intrauterine life. That is intrauterine programming. So if we see some disorders like diabetes, hypertension, all these are having origin to the fetal life. It is nowadays proved. But our science has given thousands years back. One example is given of only reproductive system. But in all the systems, it is this reference is correct, that in all the systems, if we see the disease in adulthood, origin is to the fetal life. And another concept is of Prakriti concept. This Prakriti concept is also giving clue to us of genetics. Here it is given that different types of Prakriti in an individual. So Shukra Shonita Prakriti, this is reference of Charak Vimanasthan, not of Saristan. In Charak Vimanasthan, 8th chapter, 95th slok, it is, I think 95th slok is there. They have discussed Prakriti of an individual. So as we all know that in one person is having one Prakriti only. It is not changing. So first reference is Shukra Shonita Prakriti. At the time of union of sperm and ovum, Prakriti is decided, right? Prakriti is decided of an individual, that is Shukra Shonita Prakriti. Shukra Shonita Sanyoge Yo Bhave Dosha Utkata. That Prakriti is confirmed of an individual. But further they have given the reference of another Prakriti, that is Kala Garbhashaya Prakriti. So what does Kala Garbhashaya Prakriti mean? It means the dosha predominance during Dharan Kala of Garbha. At the time of conception, at the time of conception, this is Kala Garbhashaya Prakriti. At the time of conception, atmosphere of the Garbhashaya or Kala inside the uterus, outside the uterus, season is also related to the Prakriti. So what does this Prakriti mean? Whether the Prakriti is changing. So this preference is related to the mutation and epigenetics. Prakriti is already decided. Shukra Shonita Prakriti at the time of fertilization. But after that, there are changes being happening, and that changes are dominated by this different type of Prakriti. We can say these Prakritis are mutations or epigenetics. So, seasonal effect, season of conception. I have taken this one study that what was the effect of the season upon the conception. And another is time of the conception or atmosphere of the intrauterine fetus. And another one is Matu Ahar Vihar Prakriti. What diet and behavior is of the mother during pregnancy? Already madam has elaborated in very detail which type of diet mother is taking and what is the effect upon the baby. So one specific example I would like to give that diet and behavior in our Ayurvedic classics are specifically mentioned in relation to month-wise growth and development of the fetus. How the fetus is growing and what diet and lifestyle should be taken by mother. That is important. यानी कि मासानुमासिक गर्भ वृद्धि के अनुसार माता का डाइट एंड लाइफस्टाइल होना चाहिए. So one study I have read that एक बार अकाल पड़ गया था कहीं एक सिटी में एंड एट द टाइम दे हैव डन लाइक जैसे अभी कोरोना का टाइम आया वैसे उस कंट्री में ऐसे हुआ कि अकाल पड़ गया. तो इफेक्ट ऑफ दैट अकाल upon various disorders they have studied, and at that time they studied that effect of that akal upon the pregnant women of different durations. तो early gestational period जिनका था due to अकाल क्या हुआ कि अकाल के कारण उनका न्यूट्रिशन हैम्पर हो गया, and due to that जिनका अर्ली जेस्टेशनल पीरियड था उनके बेबी में मिला हार्ट डिजीज, रेज्ड लिपिड्स एंड अल्टर्ड क्लॉटिंग फैक्टर, ओबेसिटी. मिड जेस्टेशनल पीरियड में अगर अकाल जिन्होंने फेस किया उनमें मिला ऑब्स्ट्रक्टिव एयरवेज एंड माइक्रो अल्बुमिन्यूरिया. एंड लेट जेस्टेशनल पीरियड जिनका था उनको मिला डिक्रीज्ड ग्लूकोज टॉलरेंस. So same diet, same problems, but variation is according to the gestational period. That's why in our classics also different dietary and behavior instructions are given according to the duration of pregnancy, time of the pregnancy. That is Matu Ahar Vihar Prakriti. Utero programming is related to the diseases. And it is very important or famous hypothesis is Barker hypothesis. This Barker hypothesis also tell that origin of the disease is programmed during intrauterine life due to maternal diets. Maternal diet and behavior is having effect upon programming of the fetus. तो इसके अलावा जो आती है वो महाभूत विकार प्रकृति, जो हम सब जानते हैं कि पंच महाभूत से सृष्टि बनी है, पंच महाभूत से शरीर बना है, और पंच महाभूत की जो है वो प्रीडोमिनेंस ऑफ द ट्रेट्स जो है वो डिसाइड करते हैं इन एन इंडिविजुअल. ये बात प्रकृति के लोगों में ये प्रॉब्लम हो सकती है, पित्त में ये हो सकती है, कफ में ये हो सकती है, लेकिन ये कहाँ से आए बात पित्त कफ? तो ये बने पंच महाभूत के कॉम्बिनेशन से. अगर कॉम्बिनेशन हुआ पृथ्वी एंड जल का तो होगी कफ प्रकृति, अगर कॉम्बिनेशन हुआ वायु और जल का तो हो गई वात प्रकृति, अग्नि और जल का हो गया तो पित्त प्रकृति. अदर देन दिस और बताई है दैट इज जाति प्रसक्ता प्रकृति, रेशियल पिक्युलरिटीज, स्किन कलर, बिल्ट ऑफ द बॉडी, is different into different races, जो कि हम देखते हैं आजकल. Then कुल प्रसक्ता प्रकृति, familial peculiarities, different physical and mental traits that run in the families due to their generations. पहले बोलते थे ना कि कौन से खानदान से हैं, कौन से खानदान की लड़की से शादी कर, तो खानदान इसलिए देखा है जाता था कि कुल प्रसक्ता प्रकृति का डोमिनेंस देखने के लिए कि what are the nature of that particular khandan pool that will settle in our family or not. That was the, I think, the preference of this Kula Prasakta Prakriti. And then Doshanupratini Prakriti and Vayonupatini Prakriti is also mentioned. That is, according to age, Prakriti is not going to change, but some natural changes individual will face according to age. So, जैसे हमारे महाभूत विकार प्रकृति बोलते हैं, वैसे ही मॉडर्न साइंस सब जो बोलता है, दैट इज यस, दैट इज डीएनए सीक्वेंस, राइट, दैट इज डीएनए सीक्वेंस. जैसे पंचमहाभूत मिलके एक इंडिविजुअल को बनाते हैं, वैसे डीएनए का जो सीक्वेंस है वो मिलके इंडिविजुअल की क्वालिटीज या ट्रेट को इंडिकेट करता है. दीज आर 5 महाभूत जो मैं समझती हूँ इसको, एडिनाइन, थायमिन, साइटोसाइन, गुआनाइन. एंड ये 2 साइड में जो आप देख रहे हैं, दैट दोज आर फॉस्फेट बैकबोन. These are Panchamahabhut mentioned in genetics, modern genetics, and those are Panchamahabhut of our science. Those are mentioned in our classes, and these are influenced by so many factors, and those factors can change in sequence of this genetic, and this is known as mutation. Mutation अगर होता है तो deformity individual में हो सकती है. Insertion, deletion, डुप्लीकेशन, इन्वर्जन, इस प्रकार के कई म्यूटेशंस जो है वो इंडिविजुअल में होते हैं और हो सकते हैं, राइट. So these are the genetic codes, and combination of different codes make the individual different. Now I would like to discuss a case. Theoretical portion I have already discussed, and now I'm going to jump upon clinical aspect. What I have seen and what I do in relation to genetics in our patients. So many times, being our subject, patients of uterine fibroids are coming to us for treatment, right? So I have studied lot many cases regarding uterine fibroid and treated all the cases of uterine fibroid. But what is the genetic relation of the uterine fibroid? That also have seen and studied in detail. So I found that there is AMID12 gene. I have studied lot many papers and seen that AMID12 mediator complex subunit 12 make alteration in the gene which is predisposing uterine fibroid. This is upon X chromosome, and 25 kD protein is being coded by this AMID12. So AMID12 is being mutated after the birth, यानी कि somatic उसमें change आता है after the birth. Germline change नहीं आता है, but it is somatic change. But here I have quoted one case, that is germline mutations in the fumarate hydratase gene. Single case study I have found regarding germline mutations. Germline mutation क्या होती है? If there is germline mutation, it will transmit to generations. Somatic mutation is dependent upon lifestyle of an individual. So when I had one case, उसमें क्या था कि उसकी ग्रैंड मदर जो थी उनकी डेथ हो गई ड्यू टू फाइब्रॉइड, यूटेराइन फाइब्रॉइड, and she was having endometrial hyperplasia due to fibroid. She was having complications of that fibroid, and mother was also having uterine fibroid. So now mother came to me that I am worried about my daughter, whether she will be having fibroid or not. So I did counseling of that mother and planned the treatment of that girl without she was having not fibroid, but preventive aspect we thought in that case. And उसको हमने क्या पथ्य पथ्य बताए जो कि शोथ और अर्बूद में बताए गए हैं, वो पथ्य पथ्य उसको बताए गए। देन हर ऋतु संधि में उसको मैं शोधन करवाती हूँ, जैसे ही ऋतु संधि हुई उसको शोधन करवाते हैं, एंड देन उसको योग प्राणायाम ये सब हम उसको बताते हैं। उसके बाद उसकी मैरिज भी हो गई, उसके 2 बेबी भी हो गए। प्रॉपर हमने पूरा एंटीनेटल केयर उसमें फॉलो किया, बट एक डर उसको जो था कि यूट्राइन फाइब्रॉइड ट्रांसमिट हो सकता है, तो हमने उसमें फीटल प्रोग्रामिंग की इस केस में। दिस वाज स्पेसिफिक केस कि वी डिड फीटल प्रोग्रामिंग फॉर हर बेबी, यानी कि ग्रैंडमदर की डेथ, मदर आई है बेबी को लेके, उस बेबी की अगली जनरेशन के लिए वी डिड फीटल प्रोग्रामिंग, not to have such type of disorders. We did fetal programming and specific dietary advice was given to that particular female. So in relation to genetics, this was a specific case, so I quoted and I discussed or kept here to knowledge of all. Then and another thing is epigenetics. Epigenetics is study of the जीन एक्सप्रेशन, यानी जीन्स तो खराब है, ठीक है, क्लास में बदमाश बच्चा है, शरारत कर सकता है, बिगड़ा हुआ है, लेकिन उसका कंट्रोल किसके हाथ में है? मास्टर के हाथ। मास्टर उसको कंट्रोल कर रहा है, उसको ऑन रखना है कि ऑफ करना है, उसको बोलते हैं एपिजेनेटिक्स, राइट। दिस एपिजेनेटिक्स यानी कि एक्सप्रेशन ऑफ द जीन is related to 3 things: DNA methylation, histone modification, and non-coding of RNA. These 3 things are related to epigenetics, and these are controlled by diet, lifestyle modification, environmental factor, and psychological factors. This can control the genes to have this disorder or not. राइट, यानी कि एक व्यक्ति में जीन खराब है, म्यूटेशन हो गई है, लेकिन वो एक्सप्रेशन कैसा देगा, उसमें डिजीज होगा नहीं होगा, इट इज डिपेंडेंट अपॉन दिस एपिजेनेटिक्स, राइट। सो दिस इज इन आवर कंट्रोल, हम उसको कंट्रोल करते हैं बाय लाइफस्टाइल मॉडिफिकेशन, योग प्राणायाम, नॉन फार्माकोलॉजिकल इंटरवेंशंस, बहुत कुछ है हमारे पास जो कि हम कर सकते हैं और करते हैं। कि जेनेटिक म्यूटेशन हो गई लेकिन उसमें कोई चेंज ना हो, उसमें कोई डिजीज ना हो, रसायन औषधि भी हम देते हैं, उसका भी यही रोल है कि एपिजीनोम जो है दैट शुड बी कंट्रोल, राइट। तो एपिजेनेटिक्स इज वेरी लेटेस्ट साइंस, बट in our classic it is mentioned very, I think हमारा क्लासिक तो आप सब जानते हैं कि बहुत पुराना है और पहले से उसमें ये मेंशन है। तो माता का जो आहार विहार बताया, आहार विहार से अगर फीटस के उसमें डिजीज प्रोड्यूसिंग जीन्स है, इवन देन नहीं होगा, वो कंट्रोल करता है डाइट ऑफ द मदर। Yeah. So what can we do? I already told lifestyle and behavior changes. We think about diet, Agni, nutrition, psychological status, and environment. And preventive aspect is very much important in respect to Stri and Prasuti Tantra. What can be done to have healthy progeny in relation to genetics at the level of Bijadosti, pre-pregnancy planning, Vivaha Sanskara, Bija Sanskara, Garbhadan Vidhi, and Avahana of Jeev. We have already done in lot many cases here. Or I would like to again quote one case. In that case, female was having 2 previous babies who were having genetic disorder, and she was very much worried कि मेरे अगले baby में ये कोई problem नहीं आनी चाहिए. In that case, we did पंचकर्म शुद्धि of both the partners. दोनों की पंचकर्म शुद्धि करी हमने. विवाह ऑलरेडी हो चुका था, तो विवाह संस्कार का वहां कोई प्रश्न ही नहीं उठता था. तो हमने किया बीज संस्कार, पंचकर्म शुद्धि, टोटल गर्भाधान विधि जो चरक में बताई गई है सारी हमने उनको एक्सप्लेन करी. अलोंग विथ आवाहन ऑफ जीव, जीव को कैसे बुलाना है, जो श्लोक बताया अहिरसी आयुरसी वाला पूरा श्लोक हमने उसको लिख के दिया टू रिसाइट एट दैट टाइम. दे फॉलोड, एंड देन पूरी एंटीनेटल केयर एंड fetal programming also we did in that case, and she is having healthy baby, and now that baby is in I think 6th class. So this is very good achievement of our science, that she was having previously 2 babies who were having genetic disorder. So we can do in preventive aspect very good concept or very good therapies we are having. So we can do at the level of Bijadusti, at the level of Bijabhavadusti and Bijabhavadusti. We can do in this way. I have quoted that pre-pregnancy planning उसको पहले बता दो, विवाह संस्कार तो अगर आपके पास पहले आता है तो, अदरवाइज उसके बाद का स्टेप हमारा स्टार्ट होता है बीज संस्कार, गर्भाधान विधि, fetal programming जिसको हम बोलते हैं. देन उसके बाद जो प्रकृति जो मैंने आपको डिस्कस करी कि काल गर्भाशय प्रकृति, मातु आहार विहार प्रकृति, महाभूत विकार प्रकृति, each and every level we can do help of that particular female in terms of dietary interventions, lifestyle modifications, meditation and pranayama. So I think with the lot many disturbances, I have completed my subject or topic in very short. If any question is there, I will answer as Vasanti told that at the end of the session we will discuss. So we